Hey, what's happening? Welcome to Ward Wrestling Live, Women on the Mat. First thing I'd like to say is thank you, Polk County Wrestling Club, for sending me this cool ass shirt. Like it or not sending it to me. I stopped by there and they made it for me. What up? Peace to them. That was cool. They're doing an all women's rumble, all girls rumble Halloween. They got a girl coach coming in, Lindsay Dahl, and they're doing an all girls rumble. So that'll be pretty cool for the girls in Florida. But anyway, I'm here with another amazing young wrestler in our country. She's the 109-pound hammer freshman over in Georgia at Brewton Parker College. She was a two-time girls sectional champ in Georgia. She was a three-time girls state placer in Georgia. And as I said, she's a freshman at BPC. What's up? Welcome back. I know yesterday you were just kind of in the picture for moral support. Now it's your show.
Yeah.
Spotlight's on you. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
So first of all, man, what a crazy year, huh?
It's like going in and out.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. Okay, I
Yeah.
think it's good now.
All right. Well, I'm plugged into a wall of internet. Are you on Wi-Fi?
Yeah.
Yeah, that happens. When I first started the show, I was on Wi-Fi a lot and I would lose people.
Yeah.
But it happens, whatever. But man, what a crazy year, huh? What's this year been like for you?
Super crazy. It's been rough. Not just like everything going on, but a whole bunch of like personal family stuff too. So just overall it's been super crazy.
Man, not your typical off season of wrestling.
No.
No. Now I know we had spoke a little bit yesterday, and I know from talking to some NAIA coaches, so far it seems like you're going to have a season, right?
Yeah. Our first competition's in 2 weeks up in Michigan.
Awesome. Well, that's very cool. You must be looking forward to getting some. Now, have you had some competition now, or is it still just been practice?
Just been practice.
Okay, so it'll be nice to get your blood going again, huh?
Yeah. I'm
You
super
looking,
excited.
you looking forward to it?
Yeah.
Good for you. Now, you're a freshman. Now, on the girls' side, do they do red shirt or any of that, or is it straight to
Yeah.
wrestling?
They redshirt people.
Okay. Now, are you a true freshman and going to wrestle, or are you redshirting?
I'm gonna wrestle.
Oh, good for you. Now, did you have to go through like wrestle offs or any of that shit?
Yeah, we had a wrestle off last Wednesday.
So you obviously won.
Yeah.
Ah, good for you, girl. Way to get it.
Thank you.
Nice. So you're from Georgia, right? What part?
Paulding County.
Nice. You know, I don't know if did I mention it yesterday? I had my little boy made me stop at the orchards and get him
Mhm.
some. We went to Georgia like with him like 5 or 6 years ago. So he was like 6. He's 12 now, but he remembered like this orchard that we went to because they had like this little apple butter, and he was like, "Dad, you're going to Georgia?" I'm like, "Yeah. Can you find that place and bring me back some more apple butter?" So I had to find it. I did it. Got some apple butter back here for him, and he's been rubbing it on toast like every morning.
It's
And then,
good.
but I found some. They do like the apple butter syrup too, or the peach butter syrup, stuff like that. So pouring it, but man, Georgia's a great state. You obviously decided to stay home. You're at Brewton Parker, but how did you find wrestling? How did you get into wrestling?
My freshman year of high school, I wanted to play football, and they told me I was too small to play football, that I could only be a kicker, and I was like, "I'm not being a kicker. I wanna, like, tackle somebody," and they were like, "You're too small." So my sophomore year, one of the girls I had a class with wanted to wrestle, and we went to a couple practices, and then I ended up liking it, so that's how I found wrestling. I
That was
couldn't.
good. So you wanted to be a football player.
I
Now, where
did.
did that come from? Do you have like football players in your family, or you just like to be people?
My dad was super big on watching football, so I grew up watching it with him. And then my brother played football, and me, my dad, and my brother would play football in the front yard.
Oh, so that was your sport. So
Yes.
if you couldn't tackle them one way, you're tackling them now, right? The double legs. What do they call the blast double, right? The one where you like really get a hold of them. See, I'm learning. I'm
Yeah.
a wrestling mind now. Got this thing down. I still, like I said yesterday, I still call it rounds, not periods. My son gets mad at me.
Yeah.
Like, what am I going to do? But man, that's cool. So obviously the sport's been good for you. What do you think? I mean, where would you be now without wrestling? Do you think you'd still be in the same situation? Do you think you would have found college? I mean, where, what direction do you think you would be
Thought
on?
of going to college. I thought about going in the military for a little while, and then when I found wrestling, and then I guess you could say got good at it, I was like, this is what I want to do, and I enjoyed it. So
That's awesome. And now you're going to do it at the next level. What are some things that you've seen in the college practice room? I know that it hasn't been a typical practice, right? You've got to stay kind of with one person, or you can't really. I mean,
it,
now are you guys all back in the same room and it's wrestling as usual, or
yeah, pretty much. Like we drill with one person, and then when we go live, we get to go with other people. So that's good. So we're not just having to go with one person the whole time.
well, that's good. So it's kind of opening up for you guys.
Yeah.
Perfect. So, what's it been like? Have there been things? I know, obviously, in high school, it's mostly folk style, right? Unless you go out to tournaments.
Yeah.
But now you've transitioned to where it's freestyle. Now, did you pick up freestyle? Um,
Well, in high school, I wrestled folk style during the season, and then off season, I wrestled on the national team
okay.
my sophomore and junior year. Because my senior year I couldn't because everything got canceled. So I didn't really have to transition into freestyle because I did it in high school on the national team. So that wasn't bad.
So I had Miss Dover on and her little daughter. I guess she's girls something for Georgia.
Yeah, I know who she is.
She's
I don't
awesome.
know her name.
What'd
Yeah.
you say?
I said I know who she is, but I don't know her name.
Oh yeah, her little daughter's awesome. Like,
Yeah.
I had her on the show, right? The little girl, she's 9, so she's won like everything, right?
Yeah.
Um, I said, what's your favorite part of wrestling? And she said, making the boys cry. And then she said, especially Clint something something something, and like called him right out. And mom like hit her in the shoulder, and she's like, "What, mom?" He said, "I can call anyone out I want." And she called out this boy like, I look making him cry. That kid's going to school like, oh shit.
Yeah.
So that was pretty cool. But man, so you guys got sanctioned in Georgia, what, 2 years ago?
Yeah, my junior year.
Nice. So you obviously faced some adversity
Yeah.
coming up. I mean, what kind of things do you think you faced that maybe now that it's sanctioned, girls coming after you don't quite have to deal with, which is a good thing, right?
Yeah. Probably since we're sanctioned that girls can wrestle just the girls and they don't have to worry about wrestling just guys. And I know that's a big thing for girls because a lot of girls don't want to wrestle the guys.
Yeah, and I guess you hear both sides, right? I think 100% of girls want girls to be sanctioned. I don't think there's a girl out there going, no, just leave us with the boys, right? But I
Yeah.
think you speak to most of them, and maybe all of them will tell you it's benefited them to wrestle with boys. So I don't think they're completely anti wrestling boys. But then I have talked to some people. I spoke to a wrestling coach, and she said that she didn't really want to wrestle in high school because she didn't want to wrestle with the boys. So she went and started a girls' team on her own in high school and got
Wow.
girls in the room. And she's doing all right now. She's a coach in college, and she's doing big things. I had her on the show, and yeah. So I guess you hear both avenues or both thought processes. But now, would you would you do anything different coming up? Would you have stayed if you had the ability to only wrestle girls? Would you have done that, or are you happy that you had the opportunity to wrestle with the boys?
Happy I had the opportunity because if I would have wrestled just girls, then I would have maybe wrestled like 3 matches all season until I got to state my junior and senior year. So I enjoyed being a starter and wrestling the guys.
Uh, and it's worked out for you, right?
It has.
That's a good thing. So, what's going on with you? You're at Brewton Parker College now. You're a freshman. You're kind of you've obviously been there now. How long? I know everything's kind of different this year. So, how long have you guys been back on campus?
2.5 months.
Okay, so you've been back a while
August
now, right?
17th. Yeah.
Nice. Classes have started.
Yes.
So are you starting to get used to the college life? I know, obviously at home, usually your parents are waking you up or throwing breakfast on the table or making
Yeah.
sure the alarm clock's ringing, right?
Yeah.
Uh,
The first couple weeks were rough. Trying to get up and all that, but I've adjusted to it very well.
that's good. What are some things that are different as far as, wrestling life? What would you tell young girls back at your school to do to prepare for the next level? What are some things you faced on the mat where you were like, man, I should have got ready for this a little better?
Worked harder in the off season,
So
especially this past like off season. Like we didn't really compete because everything got canceled, but we still had like practices here and there and stuff. But like definitely like leading up to coming, working harder because the first couple weeks for me were rough trying to get back in shape. And it was just running like a mile and I was doing awful.
yeah, and I hear from people that even people that were training,
Yeah.
they weren't wrestling or competing, say, their timing, it took a while to get their timing back.
Yeah.
It's one thing to be in your garage on a mat wrestling yourself or doing whatever it is you do to keep yourself ready, but then to have another human there and attacking legs or attacking hands,
Yeah.
attacking arms, that's kind of what I was hearing. So how is Georgia growing? I mean, girls and boys, obviously. I mean, we saw what the boys did this weekend. They kicked some serious butt, and there was some girls there doing some big things too.
Yeah,
Um,
we had a couple of girls from Georgia place, like
man,
4 or 5.
that's incredible. What do you think? Even in your time wrestling in Georgia, where do you think this growth has come from? I mean, legit, you're competing with the PAs, the Ohio's, I mean, the Illinois, and you're winning.
Yeah, I think like getting other girls to go to tournaments has helped. Like we've had managers on my high school team be a manager for 1 year and then they're like, "Oh, that looks fun. Let me wrestle." So like I think like going to tournaments and just being in the room with other girls wrestling has helped a lot because then like other girls are like, "Oh, let me try that." So,
So what are your expectations this year?
ooh, mm, I don't know. I haven't really thought about it.
No?
No.
Well, obviously get better, get used to college life, right? Win some tournaments, win some wrestling, and do some good things. So are you looking forward to competition starting up again?
Yeah, I'm nervous, but yeah.
Yeah, but wait, I think everybody's nervous every match, right?
Yeah, for me, always nervous.
Yeah, I talk to kids sometimes, and they're like, "Man, feel like I got to go to the bathroom before I get on the mat or whatever." But then once I'm on there and wrestling happens, like everything goes away.
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah,
I feel like I'm gonna throw up or have to use the bathroom.
yeah. I'd imagine like even the MMA fighters, but or boxers, like, but then you get hit with that first punch, and you're like, "Okay, we're here,"
Yeah,
right? In any sport, I think you just feel that way. You know, what made Brewton Parker your choice for college? You obviously there's many NAIs out there that you could have chose from, and now there's women's programs at the D3 level, and you know, God willing, we're going to start to see D1 programs open up for females as well, and it's great to see the growth of women's wrestling throughout the country. What
yeah.
made Brewton Parker the place for you?
Choosing a school for me was really hard because I had a whole bunch of other offers, but like I always August was a really rough month for me. So like I kind of like threw wrestling to the side for a while because it was rough. So I told myself that I was going to go out of state, that I didn't want to be in state, like I wanted to start my own life or whatever. And then after like thinking about it, like I signed later than a lot of people did because I didn't know what I wanted to do or where I wanted to go. So after thinking about it, I was like, no, I'm going to stay here. I'm far enough where I can get away and start my own life, but I'm close enough to home if I ever needed to go home. And then I also knew Coach Dodgens. He was one of my off-season coaches in high school. So me and him are super close. So that had a big part in it. So just after taking a long time to think about it and like all my reasonings of why I should stay, I ended up choosing here. And I'm happy with my choice. I love it here. I love the team. The people are great. The coaches are great.
Yeah, and I mean, obviously, I see how close you and the girls are. You had your best friend on yesterday, and you guys do a lot. Now, is the Brewton Parker women's program new?
No, they've had a program, but they've only ever had like 3 or 4 girls.
But Coach Dodgens took it
Yeah,
over a
yeah,
few
he took it over this year. This is his first year, and so it's like he started a new program. Yeah.
Yeah, because I spoke to you and then I spoke to your friend yesterday, and both of you came there because of him. So
Yeah.
it's like he's been a coach in the South for a while at the youth level, and now coming in here, it's going to attract some girls, and that's a good thing because you got your comfort zone, right? That's my coach. He's there. I want to go. I mean, you even see that when coaches transfer from one college to another, right? Sometimes their athletes go with them.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, that's good. So the comfort of having him there and doing that, that's got to be cool.
Yeah, it's great.
What's been your favorite part of college life so far?
Mm, Getting to know new people because I'm a very shy person, so I don't talk to many people. So like getting to know new people and being around them is I like it.
Yeah, and kind of, do you have your own room?
I share a room with Alex.
Ah, perfect. That's cool.
Yeah.
So, how is that? Did you share a room at home?
No.
Did your own room at home? So, what was that
Yeah.
transition like?
Um, it's actually not been as bad as I thought it was gonna be. Like we have our own space. The room's pretty big, so it's like it's not as bad as I thought it was gonna be. I thought it was gonna be really bad.
Yeah, because it's tough going from like really, at home whenever you wanted your privacy, you just go to your room and shut your door, right?
Yeah.
But you don't have that much anymore, right?
No, even with everybody, like there's in our suite, there's 4 rooms, so there's 8 girls in here. You have no privacy whatsoever. They just come barging in your room.
So did that take some time to get used to, or you're still not used to it?
No, it's fine. I'm used to like my sister would come barging in my room and stuff like that. So like that stuff doesn't bother me, but we don't get privacy around here.
Well, how many girls meet for grits at 3 in the morning?
Um, Really just me and Alex. A bunch of the girls are like, we don't like grits or they've never had them. I love grits. When I told them I made grits in the microwave, they thought I was crazy.
And they turned out good, right?
Of course they did. I love grits.
Yeah, I can't find, I don't find good ones down here too much, but I remember when we went to Charleston,
Mhm.
they in the old slave quarters where they have that market,
Yeah.
they sell the bag of like the real grits or whatever. So my wife would bring them home and we'd cook them. They'd have like these cheese grits there. I was never a grits person. I never had them, you know. And
Yeah.
going up to the South, it's on every menu. It's everywhere, and it's for breakfast. It's for lunch. It's for dinner.
Yeah. Being around some of the girls eating foods that they've never ate before, they're like, look at me and they're like, you're gross. And I'm like, no, it's just what we eat down here.
Yeah, so it seems like the culture. Girls come from all over the country, or kids, to go to college, and then you guys get to share kind of your palates, right?
Yeah.
That's pretty fun. What's been something that you've tried that maybe you would have never tried before?
I don't know what it's called, but Alex gave me some Mexican food and it was pretty good. Yeah,
Nice.
but I tried it before, but it didn't look very good. But it tasted good.
Yeah, I went to where I was in Chicago, and they had a Mexican brunch or something, and they brought out
Mhm.
this stuff, and it looked like just green poop with
Yeah.
eggs, and I was like, "You want me to eat that?" And when we started eating, I was like, "Yo, this shit is good." I was like, "Doesn't look very good, but I guess I can't eat with my eyes." But yeah, um, very flavorful.
Hmm.
So, what do you think? What do you think wrestling is meant for you?
I don't know. It's just, I don't know.
That's okay. It's okay not to know. I'm
Yeah.
guessing probably discipline, probably, uh, how does it transition into school? Do you, are you able to focus more from stuff you've learned being disciplined on the mat?
Yeah.
Not quitting, maybe?
Yeah. And like being like getting in trouble and like the classroom and stuff, then like everybody on your team gets punished. So I've always been like super big on like not getting in trouble because I don't like my team getting punished.
Ah, that's a good way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially high school. Like the coaches here are very strict about it too, but my high school coach was very strict about it. So like it wasn't something I had to adjust to.
Oh, that's good.
So that's been super big, like not getting in trouble.
Well, that's awesome. Well, I know I have some more of your teammates on. I have one Thursday, one Friday. So
Yeah.
we'll hear some more really good Brewton Parker stories. I'll have to think of some, I'll have to do some research on them, take
Yeah.
them through.
Some of the girls you'll get great stories from.
You just like to chill and be you're doing great. I think you're doing fantastic.
Thanks.
You're allowed to say, I don't know. It's all fun. Well, let's do this. We'll get into like the fun part, the 10 questions.
Okay.
Is that good for you? Or is there
Yeah.
anything else you want to talk about?
No, we can go to the questions.
You're like, I just want to go back to class. All right. Peach cobbler or apple pie?
Apple pie.
Ooh, I had some peach cobbler when I went to Georgia. It was really good. But yeah, apple pie is good. So gut wrench or leg lace?
Depends on the day.
Depends what the opponent is doing at the time that I'm thinking about the position I'm in. All right.
Yeah.
Waffles or pancakes?
Pancakes.
All right. Arm drag or arm throw?
Arm throw.
Maple syrup or apple butter?
Maple syrup.
Now, what about apple butter syrup?
Never tried it, but I would try it.
Yeah, I bet you would. All right. Patties or links?
Patties.
I hear her say patties in the
Yeah,
background.
Alex is, AJ's listening, and so is Sierra.
That's awesome.
They're both like, you better have said patty.
How about head and arm or suplex?
Suplex. All day long.
All day long. We saw some good ones at the 32.
Yeah.
All right, so you're from Georgia. So in Georgia, there's this big thing like people say, no, barbecue should be done with sauce. And on the other side, they say dry rub. What do you prefer?
That's a hard one because I like both. Like,
Yeah, I mean, I like both too. It seemed
but
like
if I had to choose, probably the sauce.
now, are you one of the spicy sweet or the tangy?
Like more like sweet because I don't really like sour stuff, but I don't eat hot stuff either. I
Oh,
can't.
so if I asked you gummy bears or Sour Patch Kids, you would say gummy bears right
Yeah,
away.
I would.
You wouldn't have had to think twice like your girl.
Yeah.
What about ankle pick or high crotch?
High crotch. I feel like I'm too short to hit an ankle pick.
Oh, unless you're like falling down and tripping.
Yeah.
Oh, there's the ankle. But-
Yeah.
All right. What about ribs or brisket?
Ribs.
How good is Georgia barbecue?
I think it's good.
Yeah, the best you've had, huh?
Mhm.
Well, this has been awesome. I've really
Yeah, it's
enjoyed
been
my.
fun.
What'd she say?
Oh, hello.
He can hear y'all.
I know.
Yep,
Oh,
you caught her creeping.
yeah. She was talking about how they walked in and started answering the questions with me.
Yeah, I could hear I could hear them doing it. It was pretty funny. Well,
Yeah.
before we leave, who has really been maybe a mentor in your life, or somebody that's really been there and guided you that you look up to, that's really um, been your force to get where you are now?
My dad's probably the biggest one.
Yeah,
Yeah. And then my high school coach was a big one. I have a couple of super good friends on my high school team who are super supportive and have pushed me a bunch.
that's awesome. And it's good. We all need that, right?
Yes.
Well, first, shout out to Georgia and your home state and your home college and what they're doing there for girls and boys. Girls are sanctioned. The wrestling is just growing, and congratulations to everyone in the Georgia wrestling community for this past weekend. Really, lots of success. They led the
Yes.
nation in athletes that won. So um, awesome, good for them, and congratulations.
Thank you.
I don't know if it was won or placed or however it was, but they still kick some ass. So good for you guys and girls, and keep doing it big in Georgia. And I had a good time when I traveled up there. Hopefully to see you in January. I'm hoping to get back up into Georgia and watch some lady duels.
Yes, I will definitely come up and talk to you if you were there.
Yes. And if you're in cornrows, I may go, who are you?
I normally just have 2 braids.
Oh, okay.
I don't have glasses on, so I don't know if I look the same or not.
Oh. So maybe I'll do this.
Looks good.
And you won't recognize me, right?
Maybe, I don't know.
That's my new look. All right, well, I will get this up and rolling for you. And I
Okay.
apologize that we couldn't go live. It just happens sometimes.
It's okay.
Facebook apparently liked Alex more than you because it went live for Alex, your
That's
friend. That's okay. I think you prefer it this way.
Yes, because then people can't hear
I would
me
think I'll
live.
look for it, and I was like, well, okay then.
All right, well, hey, keep kicking ass up there, Brewton Parker. I'm glad to see Coach Dodge is doing big things, and
Yeah.
I look forward to speaking to a couple more of your lady barons later on this week. That'll be fun.
Yes.
And I've got some cool people coming on tomorrow. I've got a young lady, Jazz, up at Grandview, who suffered a serious accident, and she came through it, and she's back on the mat. So God bless her. And I know a lot of programs nationwide kind of collected money for her when she was going through that. So shout out to all the NAI programs that did that. And then I've got my man coming on to bring his belt. He was from Ohio. He wore his Trump singlet on in the finals, and people kind of shouted him out for that. But I'm happy to have him come on and bring the belt. It's Alec Martin. So congratulations to him for doing it big. And then, but for the most part this week, it's women on the mat. Every show's a woman so far. So shout out to the girls for coming on. And you have a great day.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, it's my pleasure. Anytime. Well, goodbye now.
Bye.